We're live, Golden.
We're not. We're not live.
Do you drive near the equator or something?
Stop.
Didn't realize the south side got that much sun.
Welcome to the No Dick Pics podcast. I'm Christina.
I'm M to the A to the double X.
Oh, that intro. Welcome to the season 2 finale of the No Dick Pics podcast. Who knew we would be doing it for this long?
Hopefully they pick us up for the third season.
They meaning me. Yeah, hopefully. We'll see. Yeah, we plan on being back after the new year, but this is our last episode of the year, which is crazy. Maybe the last episode.
You'll
Probably the last
you'll
episode.
you'll push one. You always do.
No, I don't. I didn't last year. If we can get one of the guests we've been trying to get, then we will probably release a bonus episode. But otherwise, this is it for the year. So we'll be back in January. Have you found any news stories or anything to talk about other than what I said you can't talk about?
Someone told me today a DoorDasher is suing someone. He told the DoorDasher leave the food at the porch, and she actually opened the door, and he was on his couch butt ass naked, and now she's suing for like sexual harassment or something that.
What?
And I'm like,
She's not
but
gonna
you,
win that.
if you tell him to leave it at the porch and you open the door and he's doing crazy shit, like if he's got like a bear costume on, it doesn't matter what he's doing in his house. That's his
Yeah.
privacy.
No, you don't open someone's door to their house. Like if
And
you're
she
delivering
and she
stuff, wouldn't you
videotaped
ring the
it.
doorbell?
And she videotaped it. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So
That seems shady. Seems like she planned to do something weird.
I found our top 6 weirdest sex stories of the year.
Oh, yay.
I'm just gonna say that I'm not gonna get into it, but to say what each one is. Number one, woman ends up with 2 broken legs after threesome goes drastically wrong. You,
No, I wanted to hear more about that one.
Number two,
How?
university student admits to having sex with sheep because he was stressed about exams.
That's upsetting.
Afternoon delight, couple caught having sex on fountain in broad daylight. Four, when
Okay.
sexual fantasies go wrong. Sex on the beach. And well, horse.
No.
Flo- A Florida man ended up on the wrong side of the law after he was caught performing lewd acts with a stuffed
No.
animal.
Oh, with a stuffed animal? Ooh.
Took a stuffed toy horse from a shelf in a Walmart department store, made his way to the bedding area where he used the animal to masturbate. Incident which was
What?
watched by employees on CCTV showed the young man complete the act before leaving the horse in a bag on a bed and quickly exiting the building. The police report
What?
filed that Johnson, I mean his name was Johnson, which is funny, had selected a brown, tan, and red stuffed horse from the clearance shelf in the garden department. He then pulled out his genitals, which were in an aroused state, proceeded to hump the stuffed animal until he achieved an orgasm. Johnson was arrested shortly after the event and in a written statement admitted that he committed a horrible act. I did unmentionables to a stuffed animal, he wrote. I need to think before what I do. I'm extremely sorry.
That's
I
a
love
really
the employees were
fucked up
watching
story.
it, and he
They
puts it in a
watched him
bag.
complete the act. Gross. People are weird. That's a gross story. I want to hear how that lady broke her leg.
The Sex on the Beach one,
No,
they
the
were they
first
were going
one.
at it. And it wasn't a
Oh,
happy ending, however, when the man discovered that he was unable to detach himself because of the suction. In other words, they got stuck together. That's
wait.
funny.
How? How do you get stuck together?
With, I guess, in the ocean and then suction. I don't.
I thought that was fake. Ugh. How did the lady break her leg? That's what I want to know.
Well, let's go to the first one. I want to know about the afternoon delight.
This is the whole episode.
We've heard of sexy time leading to heartbreak, but this takes it to a whole nother level. Driving without a seatbelt is frowned upon and extremely dangerous. However, it seems a stationary vehicle can also pose health risks, especially if a few passengers are engaging in horizontal dance and the handbrake is accidentally hit in the risque scenario. Back in June, 2 women and a gent decided to park up and partake in a threesome when one of the party unfortunately disengaged the handbrake. Unbeknownst to the group inside, the car rolled and then crashed into a tree. causing one of the females to break both her legs. Ouch. Miss Birthday Suit, as the news presenter narrating this clip below, refers to the injured woman as was completely naked when emergency services arrived at the scene and was accompanied to the hospital by her male companion.
Well, that's a fun story. How'd you
And
break
then
your leg?
after this, when you're reading, there's a quiz. Am I gay test?
Oh, you gotta take it?
Maybe I don't think I'm gay.
I don't think you are either. I'm pretty sure you're not, based on experiences. I have a new story. It's by Olivia Peter from The Independent. It's
Peter.
it's called "It's Not Me, It's You."
That's
So,
Costanza.
in the article, she found that men would rather remain single than have to deal with women's expectations, fueling what they're calling this current time period as the Great Relationship Recession. Um, I don't know if that's really a thing because I know a
It's
lot
not
of
the
people.
expectations. I just think guys don't want to deal with the
I
craziness with relationships because I think there's so much pressure, especially at a certain age, to be in one. Like after you're divorced and you date a little bit, then that I think becomes that pressure again, like to find someone. They always talk about like cuffing season. I think some
hmm
guys would just rather not deal with that shit. I mean, obviously they would love to meet someone, but like in reality, they'd rather just be single than deal with all the
So
craziness.
what it seems like is women are much more comfortable being alone than they have been in past generations, but also they have extremely high expectations, which I think is valid because I feel like you should have high expectations. You shouldn't just settle. But according to this article, in a recent survey, 62% of men believe that women have too many expectations of how men should be in relationships. 44% of those men are resistant to change. Another 41% believe that a relationship is too big of a financial commitment. And then 25% of those men also believe that no one would fall in love with them. Basically, they think women have too high of expectations that they're not going to meet, and they're not willing to change to meet those expectations. So they're
And
just
it's
like,
going to
fuck it.
cost them.
Yeah. This also says that relationships ending after 3 months is more than an epidemic of commitment phobia and avoidant attachment styles. Single men and women don't know how to communicate anymore. It's like we're all too disillusioned and siloed into our respective social media echo chambers, which is true. Like you see the stuff on in your feed about like women always do this or men always do this, and you get sucked into it, and it changes like your mindset on dating.
It goes back to swingers.
What does
Remember
that have to do?
the movie? No, when they talk about, right, he meets a girl and he's excited, and his boys were like, "No, no, you got to wait 2 days. No, no, you got to wait 3 days." It's that like expectations. Everyone has the thing what to do to get a woman and stuff, and so you feed into that, and you're like, "Oh no, don't show like vulnerability in the beginning. Oh no,
Mm-hmm.
don't call, you know." And it's just like just do what you want to do what you feel natural. And then he meets a girl, and then he leaves a stupid voicemail, and it's like, oh, I think I screwed it up. But in the end, she calls back. So
There's so many like rules of dating and rules of like don't do this, don't do that, don't all these like, ways to interact when you first start talking to someone. Don't text twice. You don't want to double text. You don't want to do this and that, whatever. And it's so like you get sucked into all those videos and all of those advice
I think some guys
pieces.
would rather just date because they know the inevitable what's going to happen, like something's going to happen, or they're not going to meet the right expectation. Because it's not fair, but it's like that's what they, both men and women, that's what they're experiencing now. So it's like, well, why would this one be any different? And so the guys are just like, I would just rather date and kind of do our thing, and then when it gets kind of stale, kind of move on. I mean, that's how I was. I was doing like 2, 3 month increments
Yeah.
all the time. Because by the time you got to the third month, it was like, yeah. So
Until someone else came along.
Golden Grams, I know.
Stop. Golden Graham is so rude. Um, I don't know. I think a lot of women are also very like just over it. They're over dating, they're over the games, they're over men that don't know what they want. And so they're just like, you know what, I'm good on my own. I'm just not gonna do it. And I've seen a lot of people who are divorced who are so they hear all these horror stories and they hear all these like crazy dating situations and they're like, you know what? I just don't want to do it. Like that scares me. I don't want to put myself in that situation. So they just don't. And they don't date and they don't open themselves up to an
And it's also
opportunity
some
to
of these
meet
dating
someone.
apps. Some of these dating apps these guys go on. It's just these gold diggers. I mean, not gold diggers, but they want to be wine and dined like a superstar. And so and maybe some of them are like, I just don't feel like
Yeah.
spending that type of money in the beginning because if you start taking them out to nice places, it's going to cost you, especially now. I mean,
I
shit, a
talked to a
couple of years.
guy who said he was done with first date dinners. He's like, I'm not doing that anymore. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm going broke. I'm not paying for dinner for first date every time because I'm broke. I keep going on first dates and not a second. So I'm not doing dinner for a first date anymore because it's a waste of money. So he just does drinks instead now. I'm like, that's valid.
yeah.
I feel bad for the people who are still like in that world right now because I know it's changed since we've been in it and we don't have the same perspective. But I've also seen a lot of people couple up recently and a lot of people who have been single for a long time finally find their person. It makes me sad when people like are like, oh, we're in a relationship recession. I don't know that that's true. I guess we would have to see like the percentages on how many people are single and how many people are in relationships. I don't know that you can do that because like that's not like a metric you can follow because when people are just dating, there's not like a
I
census
just
for
don't think
dating and not married.
I truly think people just don't trust anyone anymore, and
Hmm.
they have the right to because it's just the stories you hear and all the different stuff, and it's yeah, it's I mean every year I feel like it's getting worse and worse because I just think people are dishonest and people aren't looking. Like remember we watched that movie about Bumble, right?
Hmm.
She helped create Tinder, and then she was just treated like shit, and so
Hmm.
she created Bumble because she wanted something better. She wanted like the women to have the say. I remember we talked about like how would you make like the perfect dating app, and there'd be so much into it, but there's so much. It's almost like an impossible question because how do you take all the good things you think of like that you think people want, but I mean
There's
I
always
don't know.
something. There's
Right.
always a
And
problem
and
that
I wish
comes
people
up that
would
you
be
didn't think of.
honest. Like it comes down to like when you're on those apps, it comes down to looks. You're not going through their bio and be like, "Ooh, wow." Like you're looking at them like, "Ooh, she looks good looking," or "Ooh." I mean, maybe something might trigger it, like say, "Oh, that's awesome. She plays tennis or she plays golf." But in reality, like that's why the picture's up front and first.
Hmm.
So and I just think people need to be honest with them. And then sometimes you end up going with someone that like, well, she's kind of not my type, but I'll give it a shot anyway. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Guys will say this, and I know women don't like hearing that, but I always felt like the hotter they were, the crazier they were.
Say more words.
Yeah. No, I mean, but you just have.
No, but
And
like now relate that to me.
well, you're a little bit crazy, but in your own little way,
How am I crazy?
a nice crazy.
Look at you trying not to get in trouble. Look, you've grown. That's growth.
No, everyone's got a little crazy in them.
This
Everyone
is
does, and,
true.
and expectations, and it's like it's tough, and I feel I mean obviously you couldn't have this, but I feel if social media was not as popular as it was today, but there were dating apps, I think it would be better. The social media completely ruins like I've seen it up close with people where, and I've always said this, right? When the guy's mind changes as soon as he sleeps with the girl. Doesn't mean
I've
like
experienced that.
right. So he sleeps with the girl and it's fine. But then he like then he thinks to himself, well, if I got that one, what else can I get? And so it's like and so then you kind of, you get rid of the one you're with and then you go out there and try to get others. And sometimes you're like, man, she was pretty good or and that's what happens. That's the cycle. And
Hmm.
but it's not always good or bad. Like you don't know who you're going to fall in love with. Like sometimes you're going to meet someone that is just you know like I had some expectations where like obviously I wanted someone that was around my age and was like I don't think it needed to be a parent, but like I always say if they weren't a parent, it would be nice because they'd have more time, but then they also wouldn't understand. So it's like you go in between with parent or non-parent, whatever. but I would have certain things like I don't want to have any kids anymore, and I always tried to find someone that had like a pretty good career because I still wanted like an independent person. But I mean, sometimes maybe you kind of let those expectations go, and one slides in that kind of you wouldn't see, and it happens to be like that's why I think sometimes we have to be a little bit more broad with our expectations.
Yes, I agree. I think people narrow their sights too much and they leave out people that they could have a genuine connection with.
But the guy's gonna say like, "Oh my God, but that one, she's so much hotter." Like, oh, you know. But like, I always, if I met someone that like hadn't been in a relationship or wasn't married for a long time, like that was the red flag to me. Because like,
Hmm.
why? And sometimes it's the dumbest reason. Sometimes it's like they moved a lot of work and stuff, and they just didn't want to deal with it, and that made sense. But you'd have to hear like my therapist would always tell me because I was getting like latched in with toxic women, and so she
Hmm.
would always tell me like when you first talk to them, make sure they have a good relationship with their family, they have friends, they have, there were certain aspects, and I used that a couple times, and I was like, whoa, like you're exactly right. So,
Where did
I
I
mean,
fall on your like checklist?
well, you were good. I mean, you had a good relationship with your kids and your parents. Um, you had friends, and there were a couple other instances too that she wanted me to look at, like make sure they don't
Hmm.
have any. Because a lot of mine would have exes that would like always call them or stalk them, and I'm like, holy shit, I mean, I think those were the ones. Those are the main traits that a lot of toxic people do, and it's not always their fault. I
I
get
don't
it,
think it's always toxic people. I think those are the
right?
people that you were specifically dealing with. So your therapist is giving you suggestions to not match the same type of person you've been matching with.
Right, but those like if you have a lot of those, I'm not saying it's toxic, but if you have an ex-boyfriend that's always is like stalking you, and I made a comment one time I was talking to someone, and she's like, "Well, yeah," and I'm like, "Oh my God, you have." I mean, that's. I'm not saying it's always on you, but I mean, there's a reason for someone still coming after you if you're not. I guess
If you're not
there's
cutting
not a
them out,
reason,
I don't know. Sometimes it's not within their control. So
right?
like some of your things on your list are not necessarily doesn't necessarily mean a person's toxic and isn't
Right,
necessarily a person's fault, but it was just a continuous thing that you had seen in traits in women that you were matching with that
right.
was not working out. So, yeah, I don't know. Um, I think people put too many restrictions. I think women are worse than men. No, men are pretty bad too. I think women are bad about saying I want exactly this area, I want exactly this height, I want someone with this kind of job, this whatever, and like it narrows your field so much that you cut out people that you could have potentially had a real connection with. And I think there's also something to be said about like getting off apps and meeting people in the real world because there are people that you could have connections with that you would have never matched with just because you end up meeting a person and getting along and finding out that you like them for their personality, not necessarily because you're immediately drawn to their pictures. Because in general, a lot of men are really bad at taking pictures.
Oh yeah, that was
So that's
awful.
hard to
So.
say.
Because I want to be like, why do you have the same reaction in every photo? I'm like, that's my reaction. I can't force a smile because it looks really creepy.
I like when you smile. I like it when it's a genuine smile, though. Like when you're laughing. Those are really cute pictures. Yeah. So
I think we should
that
go
was
back
another
because
one.
it made it sound like I was like saying if a guy stalks a woman, that's a woman's fault. I didn't mean it like that. But usually, I think what she was trying to say was that's one of those toxic traits. Not that it's the woman's fault, but sometimes, so some of them, like I feel like the woman doesn't completely close the book and kind of keeps it open ended, and then but yeah, there's also psychos out there and stuff. So yeah,
Hmm. That is different. When someone leads someone to believe they still have a chance, that's
I was
different.
like I was like with she had a ex
You need to
boyfriend
call
who
her
always
something else.
okay.
That's
Well, anyway, he kept calling, and I'm like, dude, let me talk to him. Like, tell him.
vacation
But then
girl.
I found out that he's still paying for her cable and cell phone bill. I'm like, no wonder he wants to get back with you because he sees that
Yeah,
as like
he's paying
an
your
open, like
bills.
a yes. And she's like, no, that doesn't mean anything. I'm like, yes, it does. Like,
Yes, it does.
quit those, and I don't think he's gonna
Hmm.
stop. But it was crazy. I
No,
was like,
but when you leave those things open, it shows that you're relying
right.
on him and that you still need him, and like that's not healthy. If you break up with someone, you need to cut that stuff and like cut it loose. That's
Cut
interesting
it
though.
out.
Cut it out. I found a dating story, and this was on Reddit.
Oh, jeez.
So it wasn't sent to us. It's not that crazy. I just thought it was funny. And we haven't done a dating story in a while. I think people are scared to share. A lot of people are scared to share. We will not use our first name if you don't want us to. We
That
won't use any
rhymes.
name. What?
That could be the topic. Scared to share.
Scared to share. Um, but yeah, I think people are afraid of being caught talking about people. We will be as vague as you want us to be. You can change names, you can change details, but if you got a good story and you want to share it,
What
please
is
do,
always
because
the
I
movie? The
know there's
names
some
have
good ones.
changed, but the characters are real.
Yes. So we'll change whatever you want us to change. You don't have to come on. You don't have to use your own voice. You can just write it out to us. But if you've got a good story, and I know there's people out there that do, because I've heard about some of these stories, please share them with us because we need the content. All right. So this one is about dating someone that you work with. So it
Don't
says,
shit where you eat.
that's exactly how it starts. It says, you know how they say don't shit where you eat? There's a good reason for that. I was recently promoted and started working with departments I had never really interacted with previously. I knew of Bob, name change. She said, name changed. Since I've been at my company for several years, and so has he, but we never really crossed paths or had a reason to talk to one another before my promotion. Now we talk daily and collaborate often. Bob is not my type at all, but he's funny and he's kind, and after spending a few weeks working with him, I developed a little bit of a crush, and it was pretty obvious that the feelings were mutual.
Grab his bob.
Eventually, Eventually, Bob asked me if I wanted to grab lunch one day, and I agreed. So we walked down the street to a small cafe and we had a great time. So he asked me to dinner the following night. Again, he's not really my type, but he had grown on me, so I figured why not? Bob offered to pick me up, which I don't normally do on a first date, but since we knew each other pretty well, I agreed. The date itself was again really nice. The conversation was flowing, he was his normal and kind self. There were definitely sparks. One thing led to another, and he asked if I wanted to come back to his place. Again, not something I would typically do on a first date for fear of getting murdered, but
What
I
a
knew
hoe.
Bob. I knew
What a
Bob, so I
hoe.
stopped. There's no
I knew
judgment
Bob.
here. There's no judgment here.
I
You
didn't
have
see
hooked
his
up with people on a
skeletons
first
in his
date.
closet, but that's all right. It's
You
Bob.
have hooked up with people on a first date, so you have no space to
Yeah,
judge.
and I'm not the hoe. They were.
You were a hoe. You were also a hoe. That
For
also makes you a
sure.
hoe. Anyway, where was I? Again, not something I would typically do on a first date for fear of getting murdered, but I knew Bob, so I felt more comfortable than I normally would. We got to his apartment, and I saw a plastic garbage bag taped against his window. I asked what that was about, and he said he hadn't gotten around to getting curtains. But that was red flag number one. Bob is in his
Dexter.
40s and has a good job. How does he not have curtains? We went inside, and it was like stepping into a frat house. He had a folding table in his kitchen as his kitchen table and lawn chairs as chairs. His couch was literally a beanbag, and his TV sat on the floor. There was trash everywhere, empty cups, crumpled up food wrappers. It was gross. I could see into his room from the living room where an air mattress laid on the floor. I asked him if he had just moved in, and he said no. He just likes to keep things simple. He excused himself to use the restroom, and that's when I bolted. This was not happening. I could not sleep with an adult man who lived like he was 20. I just couldn't. So I left his apartment and Ubered home. He called me and texted me on my way home, but I blocked him. Now things are really weird at work. He tried to talk to me about things, and I told him I would prefer to keep our communication strictly professional. This is why you don't date coworkers.
No, but you don't bolt. Like, be
No, she should
honest.
have. She could have stayed.
Yeah.
But also, in her
And she could have
defense,
got rammed on the lawn chair
I don't think
or
she
the
wanted
beanbag.
to. She said it was gross. That's when the
He was
place is
40?
gross. He
Yeah.
was in his 40s and he had a beanbag as a living room and he had a good job. I don't know. Like who who sleeps on an
But
air
that shouldn't
mattress
be, I
at
mean,
that
I
age?
get it, but that shouldn't be a reason to bolt. Like, just, I mean,
I
why did
think
she, I don't
it
know.
killed the mood for her and she's like, I don't want to date this guy.
That was her ick.
That was her ick. It would be a lot of people's ick. I would also have an issue with that. If I came over here and you had lawn chairs and
Yeah.
like an air mattress in your room, I'd be like,
I don't mind
What's
the beanbag
happening
and
here?
the beanbag
No,
is
no, 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 no.
okay.
The beanbag is the only place to sit instead of a couch. No, not as an adult. I'm too old. I can't
I definitely
sit.
want to do the air mattress. I definitely would have had a real bed. So,
This guy seems like he's unwell. Like at a
well,
certain point in your
the
life,
first hint is a garbage bag over the window.
the window because he didn't have curtains. I don't know. People are weird. Like maybe he just doesn't know how to buy furniture and doesn't. I
And
don't.
she should ask, be like, you know what? I had fun tonight, but this just isn't for me. And then she's like, all right.
No, she took off, which I
And
don't
then
know.
she
I would have
blocks
been
them,
weirded
which
out
is
too.
yeah,
Yeah, I feel like there could have been more communication there. Like, you know what? I'm just not feeling it. I'm gonna go home. I'll be like, your place gave me the ick. I'm
my
leaving.
back. Ugh.
You good now?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to stretch out.
Make you 6'1" again?
Hmm?
I can stretch you. We can make you 6'1" again. I can just
He's
pull on your feet.
6'2".
Ooh, ooh. That's another thing that I saw in a different article about things that men lie about, and it's their height. That's like the number one thing men lie about.
I understand like if you're 6'1" and you say 6'2", like if it's within an inch, but like anything more you're gonna get called out on. Like if you say you're you say you're 6 feet and you're 5'6", like what do you like you're gonna get caught. Like that's what just saying like if you're like 260 pounds, you're like, oh yeah, I'm 200 pounds. Like sometimes you can hide it, but it's just like height you can't. Like
No, it's yeah, I don't know. And I don't
but men
know
feel
why.
insecure about it because they always want, even like Nikki Glaser talked about, oh, I got a short king, but she talked about, but the short kings are cute, and I'm like, I don't know about that. I mean,
I don't know about that either, but I just know that like I wanted a taller guy, but it was purely because I was looking for the opposite of my ex. And it was
yeah,
kind of like that was that for me. Also, who doesn't like a tall guy, you know? But it wasn't a deal breaker for me because like every other guy I dated except for 8 Day was under 6 foot. So, but they were all, I'm 5'2", so everyone's taller than me. So it doesn't really matter. As long as you're not 5'1", like it's not that big of a deal.
and you
But
say you're 5'8".
yeah. Um,
There's an accident at work. I lost 7 inches. Sorry.
all right. What were your favorite moments from season two?
You know what mine are,
No, I don't. I want you to tell me.
Mr. Hargrave,
Hargrove?
Hargrove. See, I messed it up. Anthony. That was my that was my happy moment. Just
Yeah,
being able to talk sports.
you're welcome.
So that I mean
Hmm.
that one, and I think anytime we have any of the therapists on, so we have two therapists, two in-house therapists. That's always
Mm-hmm.
fun. Um, Obviously, like the Fred was pretty cool. That was
Mm-hmm.
more big for you because I'm not, like I said, I don't listen to terrestrial radio, so I don't know anything about. I mean, without you, I would have not known who he was. Um,
Yeah.
we had a few more people. I can't remember.
We've had a lot. We started the season with like 20 something episodes, I think, and this is episode 59. We should just do one more to hit 60, but whatever, it's fine. We can start season three with episode 60. I don't know. We had so many good episodes this season, and I'm so like, I'm impressed at what we've developed into because we've had some really, really good episodes that I'm really proud of. And I don't know. I think Fred's was my number one because that was just a really good episode all around.
My favorite, but it's not my favorite just because the guy was such a tool,
Oh,
was the
stop.
was the gym guy. That
That
was
guy.
funny. So Italian too. Oh,
That was not a favorite episode. That was a that was a rougher one. But I don't know. I love Fred's was one of my favorites, and I had to go way back for this one. But the matchmaker episode where I played matchmaker with Jared and Christy, even though it didn't work out
oh
between
yeah.
them, it was just fun to do. That was a fun episode. It was fun to have both of them on and go through their date and all that stuff. It was entertaining for me. I don't know that I do it again though, because I know we talked about doing another one. It was really hard to coordinate. So, am I freezing?
See, yeah.
How am I freezing? I'm on my phone.
Vogue, Vogue, Vogue.
Yeah, but I don't know. We've had some really, really good ones. But I wanted to take a second just to like think, am I freezing again?
Mm-hmm. So what she's trying to say is she wanted to take a second to thank all the guests we've had on the second season on the No Dick Pics podcast. We appreciate your hard work and we value you every day for the success of the show.
We do. Thank you to all our guests, but also thank you to all of our listeners who've stuck with us for 59 episodes, which is
Except the one that gave
crazy.
us a bad review. We don't.
Well, we know who that
Yeah,
is too.
I know.
So,
We know who
um,
you are. You don't have to hide. We know.
stop. There's a lot of shows you could be listening to, and 59 episodes is a lot of episodes. So those of you who have listened to all of them, thank you. Max hasn't even done that. So, thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for still
The
wanting to
last
hear
time I
us.
listened to one was like the breakup.
That was last season. You haven't listened to any episodes this season?
Just like
You
the
didn't
clips
listen to
on,
Tony's?
I don't know, like,
Wow.
because I would have critiqued myself.
Mm, yeah. So I don't know. I find it a little amazing that people want to hear us talk and want
Even
to hear
Fred
our
says this is
stories.
his second favorite podcast.
No, he said it's his favorite, not his second.
Oh,
He said it's his favorite podcast is the No Dick Pics podcast, and so did Kaylin. So toss toss. But seriously, thank you guys for listening, and thank you for sticking with us through because we have had some not great episodes and some good ones. The last one was kind of rough, but it was
we
fine. It
just
was
need
actually
Barstool
kind
to
of
come
funny.
offer us a contract.
Yeah. See,
And
this
now
is
they're in
why we need to
Chicago, so we can
record.
do it locally.
We need to record on days that you're like firing on all cylinders and not like there's no words in my head.
Yeah, but some days you don't have it, so,
Mm,
can't force
true.
it. You always think you can force stuff. You can't.
You can sometimes you gotta fake it until you make it,
Stop,
you know?
stop being a therapist.
Um, don't don't say what you're gonna say.
No,
You're
you
making
know what I'm
edit.
gonna say. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why I
you're
said
making edit.
therapist.
Yes. Stop. I have to look it up, but I'm gonna do something that you're gonna be so excited about. You know what? While I look this up, can you do a quick gambling corner? But keep it quick because you go too long.
Oh, but I like it. The people need to hear. I don't even know what I did last week.
It was long. That's all I
All
remember.
right, I'll pick two college and two pro, and that's it.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna start my theme. So whatever the spread is, take Maryland against Michigan because they don't cover, and I think take USC to cover on the road. I don't even know what the spread is. I'm just winging it. I did those are the only two games I know, and I'll look it up. But then for the pros, take the under in the Bears Steelers game because it's going to be in Chicago and it's probably going to be cold. Under means so whatever the points are, you got to go under it. So if it's like 38 and a half, both teams have to, let's see. Oh, take the Chiefs in the 3.5. Yeah, so the Bears over under is 44 and a half. You want to go under on that one. And then take the Giants to cover the plus 10 and a half at Detroit. I think Detroit will win, but not 10 and a half. And that's it. In college, I don't know what's college. I gave you two for college, so I don't even know what I did last week.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, well, those are the games.
We're gonna play a game. You done?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna play Would You Rather. I know how much you love a game, right? Yay!
Would I rather
Okay.
leave right now? Yes.
Would you rather spend a night in jail or go a month without your phone?
Night in jail.
You can't go like 2 hours without your phone.
Look
Okay.
who's talking.
It's like, I admit it. I would also do jail. Would you rather know what's coming or be surprised?
No, what's coming? Like
What's
the end of the
happening?
world? Like, what are we
No, like
talking
in
about?
your life, would you rather, if a big event's about to happen in your life, would you rather know that it's about to happen or would you rather be surprised?
Probably be surprised. Only if it's good. If it's bad news, I want to know ahead of time.
I want to know. I'm a planner. Okay. Would you rather go without food or go without sleep?
I could do without sleep.
That's tough. I really need sleep.
Would you rather cut a finger off or cut a toe off?
Depends on the finger. What about you?
Just knob a toe off.
That makes it so you're like imbalanced and can't walk though sometimes depending on the toe. Like if you lose your big toe, like you can't walk. Like you need that to walk,
But that wasn't the
right?
question. Just, yeah.
See,
Just
I
knob.
I analyze it too much. Okay, would you rather fly first class or stay in a luxury hotel?
Stay in a luxury hotel because
I
once
agree
you,
because it's
like,
more of the trip.
yeah. Now, if we're talking about going to Australia, then I would, yeah, first class.
Okay, let me go back to the relationship ones. Would you rather fall in love quickly or take your time? I know your answer.
Take my time.
Oh yeah. I don't, it's not optional for me. It just happens quickly for me.
But the next
Um,
day, I'm in love. Butterflies. Date
Listen, I was right this time. Okay, would you rather date for a long time or be engaged for a long time?
for a long time.
I also knew the answer to that. I don't want to be either for a long time. Um, okay. Would you rather kiss and tell or keep things between the two of you for a long time? I already know the answer to this too. We do it all, we have a fucking podcast.
Yeah, so I guess we kiss and tell.
We kiss and tell everything. People know our whole lives. Would you rather go out once a week or make date night happen every night at home, I guess?
Once a week. Can't go out every night. What are we?
Not go
Fucking,
out, but just make every night a date night. I don't know, that doesn't make sense. Okay.
yeah,
Um,
stupid.
would you rather go through a zombie apocalypse with your true love or your best friend? So, zombie apocalypse with me or Jason?
How about both?
You can only pick one. Who would you
Probably
rather
you.
go through it?
You. Yeah.
Yeah?
First of all, there's no such thing in a zombie apocalypse, but yeah.
Um, would you rather hug for 10 minutes or kiss for 10 minutes?
I guess kiss for 10 minutes because hugging after about a couple seconds, it's done.
I love a hug. You hug me for 10 minutes sometimes, like when we're sleeping. What's my answer?
No kiss.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to make out all the time. Would you rather go out on a double date or have a Netflix and chill date?
I probably would double date because that'd be fun. It depends who we're double dating with.
You're like, we Netflix and chill all the time. We don't need to do that every time here. Would you rather take a burning hot shower or a freezing cold shower?
Probably a cold shower because burning hot would hurt.
Yeah, I don't
Cold,
know
you're
that I
just
want,
miserable.
but you can do it. Um,
You're stuck.
I know. Let me see if I can find better ones. I gathered some highly debated relationship questions for the spicy game of Would You Rather. Would you rather date someone younger or older?
Older.
You would rather date someone older?
Well, when I think younger, I think like way younger. Like,
No, younger or older. I think that, oh, I guess that could be it. It says younger, please, within an adult age, or older for sure. But I took it as older than you or younger than you.
right. When I think of younger, like how much younger? Like if you're talking about 10, 15 years,
I'm
and I'd go,
younger.
I know you're younger, but you're not like crazy young. So
I'm
obviously I'd
like
have to say,
6 years younger than you.
yeah, that's nothing. So I'd say younger just to make you happy.
Mine's older. Is it an absolute necessity for your partner to be wealthy?
Obviously not.
No, I was gonna say no. Would you ever, this is not a would you rather, but would you ever consider an open relationship?
Not now, maybe in the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, when you first start dating, I mean,
So, like seeing other people or potentially adding a person?
yeah, isn't it be a little interesting?
You can barely handle me.
I
You want to
know.
add?
Maybe I'll get
Another
someone that
person?
break their legs. I don't know.
A full-on relationship.
I said when I first started dating, I would have thought of maybe we can do an open relationship, but not now.
What's
There's a
changed?
lot. A lot has changed.
What changed your mind though? Like what's different?
Well, I didn't really need another person in our relationship. And then when you force yourself in to move in, then I realized, okay, this is serious.
That doesn't answer my question. What changed your opinion on that? So you were open to having multiple partners before, and now you're not.
Because we were first started dating, you don't know where it's going.
I know, but like an open relationship means you're seeing multiple people, like both of you, but like you're committed to each other.
Oh no, that's a lot. That's a lot of commitment. I can't do that. My
Like
heart
that's a
has
lot of work.
commitment. My heart has commitment for only one person.
Hmm. Me. Thank you,
Yes.
honey.
Like, let's go. This is stupid.
You know
These
my answer
questions
to this.
suck.
No, I'm in a different one. Do you go through your partner's phone?
No.
No. Just order DoorDash.
Yeah, I don't need to.
Yeah, same. Like, what am
Now,
I?
if you looked at my algorithm, you'd probably be frightened, but
I've seen your algorithm. It's becoming mine. So, like,
yeah, but my Twitter algorithm was really
no,
crazy.
your Twitter one's bad,
Yeah,
but it's fine. Okay. Oh, oh, this is a good question. How long into a relationship, into a serious relationship, should marriage be on the table? There's options here. 1 to 2 years tops, 2 to 5 years, after 5 years, or it varies for different couples.
it varies for different couples. For
Huh.
you, it's 2 to 3 months. And for most people, it's like 1 to 2 years.
1 to 2 years, yeah. It's typically. I think that's a good indicator on whether or not you're compatible enough to be married. What do you feel like in this situation, in your current relationship?
3 to 4,
3 to 4 years? I don't like that. That's very specific too. Why 3 to 4 years?
because we're at two, so 3 to 4. But you
But
talk about it all the time, so obviously you haven't.
don't hold my breath.
I mean, you're talking to wedding photographers, so
He works with me. He also just got engaged. I know he doesn't listen because he had never opened the podcast app on his phone before until I showed him how to do it. But congratulations, Michael, on your engagement because everyone's getting engaged around me.
yay!
Yay! I love love. Okay, that game was dumb. It wasn't as good as others.
Yeah,
We did. This is too. Why is this one so short? Normally we don't stop talking. We talk about us. That's what we need to talk about. That's when we go.
we've done it for almost an hour.
Yeah. I have to edit though, so it's gonna be like 45 minutes.
Oh no, podcast should be like a half hour.
45 minutes is actually a good podcast, but we
No,
typically
that's too
go an
long.
hour. Why don't we have
We should
anything to
be like a
talk
six.
about? Do we just, this is our finale. We gotta go big and be like, this needs, we don't have a cliffhanger like last time. Last time we are like, oh, are
Yeah,
we
but we're
together?
gonna
Are we
have more
not?
guests, more people coming on.
Yes. Um, we do have guests lined up for next season already. We have a dating coach that we're going to be talking to. We try to fit her in for the finale, but I asked very last minute and it did not work. Um, and then we have potentially a doctor from Match.com, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So we'll see. And then we always
More
manage to
people.
find we always manage to find interesting guests. So we're gonna make Max do more work next year and find more people because I did a lot of the heavy lifting this year. Max is gonna edit next season? No, he's not. I like having that control. Um, I don't know. I feel like we should have more. Stop. Why do you do things I have to
We need
edit?
more guys. We need more
We had a
male
lot.
perspective.
We had a lot at the end of the season.
We need to do another one when Biana was here. I like when we have other guests like call in and stuff. That was pretty cool.
That was a fun episode. I, was that this season or last season?
I think that was last season.
I think so too. We might be doing a live event at some point next year. It might not be a live taping, but it might be an event where we have people give us the stories while we're at an event live and we record
We
them.
should do we should do an event like a speed dating event.
Yes. And I've thought about that. So we could potentially be, we have to figure out where we're getting the money for this, but we could potentially sponsor a speed dating event where we show up and also like talk to people. So,
Talk shit about people.
go what?
Talk shit about people.
We're not we're not going to talk shit about you if you come to our event. We'll
So
be
many
best
40-year-old
friends
virgin quotes will
forever.
be coming out that night.
Why? Because of speed dating? Because of what was her
You were
name?
hurting for a squirtin'?
That wasn't the speed dating. That was Elizabeth Banks, right?
No, that's all the stuff that guy wrote down and the girlfriend confronts him.
Oh, oh yeah, that was funny. That was funny. What was the woman? What was her name? It was Gina,
Like,
not
yeah,
Gina. Gina.
vagina.
It looks like Gina, but it's Gina. I feel like we need to talk about us, and then we
But
get
we have
funnier.
enough.
I know,
It's
but is it
okay.
funny? Is it good content?
Yes, it's fine. I mean, your game ruined it, but
Should I cut the game out? Was it not good?
yeah, there weren't a lot of good ones. Tell me why? Why? Why would you choose that?
I want to. Should we do? I want to do a fun game, but I just thought of it last second.
It's all right. If this doesn't do it, we can do like one during Christmas, like before Christmas or something. A quick.
A Christmas spectacular.
We should find
I
elves
thought,
that have dated each other, and then they can come on the show.
oh, totally. Like from the North Pole.
Or Brad Williams.
I don't know who that is.
He's a comedian. He's a little guy.
Um, he's not an elf. He's a little person. Doesn't make him an elf.
No, I
Call me
know,
elf
but I was just.
again. Call me elf again. Can we please watch that movie?
It's okay, but it's like
It's
I
so
don't know.
funny. I love it.
There's so many other
We're
ones I'd rather watch.
we are embracing the Christmas spirit this year, right? You
No,
are.
you are.
No, but you are too, because I'm
I'll
making
embrace
you.
it after Thanksgiving.
But like, we have so much going on that wouldn't it be nice to have the decorations up before then?
No, you can do it. I'm not fucking touching it because that's against the law.
It's not against the law. I need you to help me with the Christmas lights.
It's the Max law. Not
Yeah,
till
but
after
like,
Thanksgiving.
you're gonna do all that work. You know how cold it's gonna be? We could have done it
I'm not
last
gonna do
weekend.
shit because I don't want to do it. I feel like decorating the outside's a waste.
No,
I
we're gonna put
understand
the
the
lights
inside. The
up.
inside is fine. The outside's a waste. You
Why
put
is
it
it a
up and you
waste?
have it up for like a month and then you take it down.
That's why you do it now.
It's a waste.
No, we bought all those lights. I bought all those lights. We're gonna put them up this year. And you
Good
said you
luck
would
with
help
that.
me. You said you would help me. And
Yeah,
I
I
said,
said I
let's
would
do
help
it.
you. I don't get it.
You're
I
so
understand the
cringy.
inside. No, it's just like you put the lights up for a fucking month, and then you have a chance to fall off the roof, and it's like, oh yeah, but hey, they saw
You
our
don't have to get on
lights.
the roof. You could just stand on a ladder.
Okay, then
It's
you do it
one
if it's so
story.
easy. Then you
But I
stand
got
on the
little
ladder.
T-Rex arms and I can't reach. You're
Just
so
do a couple
tall and
blow ups
handsome.
outside and just call it a day.
No, it's gonna be magical and beautiful, and you're gonna love it.
I'm not helping.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not, because you're gonna
Yes,
do it
you are.
before Thanksgiving, and that's a fucking sin. In this house, that's a sin.
It's already Christmas and two rooms in our house, and we're gonna
Yeah,
have two
and
trees.
what's wrong with you? You and all your fucking friends are just psycho with that Christmas shit.
It's beautiful and it spreads Christmas cheer.
No, it doesn't. It
It
clutters the
does.
house.
No, it looks
In my
beautiful
living
and
room, I like
magical.
putting up the tree, and I like doing decorations, and I like doing decorations around the house. That's fine. But it's like I don't. just make it so it's all right. It doesn't have to be fucking 6 trees and all this shit.
It's
So
2 trees, and we're hosting Christmas Eve. It needs to be magical in here. We're hosting. We
yeah,
have
we
to.
hosted it last year and it was fine. We didn't need to be
No,
magical everywhere.
it was not magical enough because it didn't have my full Christina touch.
Well, yes, you do the touch. I will be working.
Okay, I can't wait for you to help me. Okay, let's see who wins. Well, this is our cliffhanger. Let's see who wins this
Yeah,
next
I mean,
season
I will help
on
you
the
decorate
season
inside. I'm not touching the
premiere.
outside.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, we'll see. Let me know how that goes.
This is our cliffhanger. Find out in January. Did Max help Christina with the lights? The answer is yes, he did.
Hell no.
Obviously. Obviously, he helped. All right. Once again, thank you guys for sticking with us and our ridiculous whatever. Um, Please be sure to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Instagram at NoDPixPod, everywhere else at NoDickPixPod. I'm going to try to continue to put out content over the holidays. We have a lot of reels and clips that I did not share. So I have some never before seen clips. But if you listen to the episodes, they were in the episodes. Do you have anything before we're done until 2026?
I just want to thank everyone. Have a great Thanksgiving. See, Thanksgiving gets overlooked because all you fucking Christmas freaks are out there. Thanksgiving is an important holiday.
It is.
It's good food, beer, and football. So enjoy it. Because then the day after, people like her just fucking go ape shit.
I have a banner that says thankful. I have a Thanksgiving decoration. A single one. Thankful. We're thankful for all of you.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble gobble. All right. We will be back next year with a brand new season of the No Dick Pics podcast, and maybe before then with a special bonus episode, but we can't promise anything. So thanks again for listening, and we will talk to you guys next year.
You won't be able to do a bonus because when you fall off the roof and break your arm.
I won't because you're going to help me. Okay. Bye, guys. Say bye.
Bye. Au revoir.
You get a blow a kiss?
Senior.
I
No,
got
I
it.
blew it this way, not towards you.
That's
I
so
blew it
rude.
towards Oreo. Oreo! See, she put her head up.
Oh, okay. Bye for real.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.